Chats AM. Today is Monday, June 3rd. I'm your host, Bob. I hope you all enjoyed your weekend. Let's start off the week with a nice cup of coffee, talk about some news happening today and this week. Let's get into the show. Jumping into topic number one here, we're starting off with news coming from Dr. Anthony Fauci this morning. So the article is saying that between 2021 and 2023, the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease, led by Dr. Anthony Fauci, along with 260 of his scientists, received a total of $710 million of royalty payments from pharmaceutical companies related to the COVID-19 vaccine. This information was highlighted by various social media users who expressed concerns about the conflict of interest between the NIH and Dr. Anthony Fauci and the pharmaceutical companies. Dr. Fauci was a major personality in the president's ear related to shutting down the country and then the massive marketing campaign to push out the vaccines to the American people. Fauci is set to testify in front of Congress today, where I expect Senator Rand Paul to absolutely rip into him about the lying he has been doing in front of Congress and the gain of function research. It has now come out proven that the NIH was funding the gain of function research that Dr. Fauci swore under oath that they were not doing, and some other things that come out saying the emails that, they're safe now. They were just trying to cover stuff up. I think it's super shady what they were doing. And one last thing I wanted to know is a quote from Russell Brand on his podcast episode, where he said that when you have people profiting off times of hardship, so when the pharmaceutical companies profit off of disease with vaccines, you're creating a perpetual cycle of, destruction and things like that. So that is just something that we cannot have, and I hope they get that figured out with Dr. Fauci and with whatever happens. Jumping into topic number two here, more of a finance thing. We're going to jump into GameStop. GameStop's stock price surged more than 80% in pre-market trading this morning from a post on Reddit from the crypto guru Roaring Kitty that he has a $115 million position in GameStop. This investment includes more than $65 million worth of GameStop calls set to expire on June 21st and $115 million worth of shares. The news sparks significant interest and speculation among retail investors, reminiscent of previous meme coin explosions and GameStop rallies. And it was widely discussed across various social media platforms. And short sellers are really kicking rocks right now that, the stock just continues to rise. I think it's pretty interesting how one person can post their holdings. Granted, it is $115 million worth, but that really kicked off a rally this morning. So the stock market is set to go live in an hour. I'm recording this at 8:30, so when the stock market goes live, we'll see what it does with, the gurus getting in on Wall Street. If they sell, if they buy more, we'll see what happens there. But that is an interesting one. If you have GameStop, check that out. The last topic I'm going to talk about today was a brief one that I saw this morning before starting the show, and that is that the UFC presser featuring Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler, scheduled for today in Dublin, Ireland, was abruptly canceled. There was no specific reason given by the UFC for the cancellation and postpone of the event. Fighter Michael Chandler was informed of the cancellation just before his flight from the U.S. to Dublin, so he will remain in the United States, leaving the fans to speculate what is going on with the event. Is it one of the sport's biggest stars, Conor McGregor, pulling out of the fight? I saw some tweets and things like that. But the UFC has stated that fans will be able to use their purchased tickets to the postponed event in the future. So that is all I have today for Coffee Chats AM. I hope you guys all have a great Monday, have a great week. And if you like the video, make sure to like, subscribe if you got this far. Follow me on X if you're watching on there. Subscribe on YouTube if you're watching there. Have a great week, everyone.